naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs that voices never share, and no one dare disturb the sound of silence.
Wagwan, people dems. So this is a reaction to some Pentatonix. So I literally was like, which one do I do? And I love live music in it, so I'm sure there's going to be some recorded stuff that they've done, which is great. But I think I like to see people shine live. So there's a song here called Sound of Silence. I don't know the song. I was going to go for Bohemian Rhapsody just because it was a little bit longer. But then I kept seeing Sound of Silence coming up at different places, like one in Prague and this Hollywood Bowl. So I thought, you know what, let's just do Sound of Silence and find out what is this song about. Fully intrigued. Sorry if I'm putting I can't really lift my arms. I did a workout a few days ago and just realised just how unfit I actually am. Okay, let's do it!
Hello darkness, my old friend, I've come to talk to you again.
Oh, he's doing some low bits.
Because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping.
Oh.
And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence.
In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence.
And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs that voices never share, and no one dare disturb
standing O, man. That deserves a standing O, that does. That was sick. That was sick. That was so good. That was so good. Like, all of that was just so sick. Like, the fact that how they started it, how they took their time with it. You had Scott, I remember the name, Scott. I'm sure that second guy's name's Arvin. Is it Arvin? Aveen? And I can't remember the other one's name. I'm so sorry. There's just so many people to remember, but the Scott, he has got his voice. The fact that he was able to do some of those really deep parts as well, because I'm sure the guy that was originally in Pentatonix, who's ended up, I don't know if he's still in Home Free, but he was in the one that I've just done, I think. Man of Constant Sorrow, who does all the bass in my grave, like him. So I didn't know that Scott could get that low, so that's amazing. But then when my man came in, Arvin came in this cool big suit, like I love that. His voice is just so clear and just punches through the air, man. Just punches through the air, clear, strong. He can do all those really amazing high notes, which is just crazy. Like, it's just crazy. I remember the beatboxing, like he just holding it down, man. He didn't, like, just doing that stomping, and I'm just like, that is so cool. And then she came, and then the other black guy came in. I can't remember his name. He came in, and again his vocals just smooth with it, very, very smooth with it, man. Like, it was giving church, like church, like gospely vibes. Like, the whole thing was like such a performance, such a vocal performance. And then when she did come in, it was like this, again, I've used this term before, this wall of sound, like this wall of sound that just like came to the front of my earphones. I'm just like, wow, this is awesome. All the while with this really cool beat behind it. Like, that was just a whole, that was a whole vibe. That was a whole vibe, man. And even when you thought it was done, it then wasn't done, because then Scott then came in doing all those Beyonce-esque ad-libs all up. Yo, I really enjoyed that. I really, really enjoyed it. It looked great. The staging looked amazing. Like had the dry ice smoky stuff and the bars coming out and stuff. A lot what they're wearing. They look in sync. You know who she reminds me of as well. In that particular frame, I don't know if anyone's a fan of The Witcher here, but she reminds me of the witch. And that's not a bad thing, by the way, because she's literally gorgeous. What's her name? We're gonna do like I want to say like Nymphadora or something, but that's not. I think that's the witch from Harry Potter. But she reminds me of her, just the way she's dressed with like the fur cufflink things, and like, you know, just she looks amazing, absolutely amazing. But together they all sound awesome. I'm just so impressed with that. It's probably my favourite one of theirs so far, if I'm honest. I did enjoy the Beyonce tribute, to be fair, but I think because I didn't know the song as well, I think it's adding to the reason why I enjoyed that so much, because it's just completely new to me, and the beat was so good, and the vocals laid with that. I guess with the Beyonce medley and even the 90s dance medley, actually, I knew some of those songs on there, so it's so great to hear them do it. But with this was completely refreshing, because I hadn't heard it before, and it just was delivered so well, polished, clean. Like, they are so incredibly talented, and naturally they are different to Home Free, because they just sound different, don't they? Do you know what I mean? They've got a different sound. They've got higher voices. Even though they've got people that can do runs and stuff, you've got all men in Home Free. But with this, you still got, you know, predominantly men, but you've got like men that have got like really, really, really high range. And then you've got I can't remember any of their names. I will go to like Pentatonix like university and I will remember them. I promise. But for now, I'm just blown away. I'm just literally blown away by them. And I think what's really interesting as well, as someone who is such a fan of music, it is crazy to me that I haven't spent much time with them. And I'm trying to work out what the reason is. Because they've been around for ages. You clearly got Scott that's part of they probably all are part of the Beehive. And I love an a cappella group. I love people that can get their vocals together without the need of any kind of accompaniment. Like, they are their own accompaniment. Like, they don't need like that. That's insane to me. It's such a skill to stay in your lane, to stay on your pitch, in your key, for the bit of melody or the bit of harmony that you're doing, to stay there and not bleed into someone else's and not go off. Like, there was just no notes within that. None that were off or askew or nothing. It was just so polished. I just really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed it. And yeah, I'd love to know what you guys thought of it. If you did enjoy this with me, then do drop me a like and subscribe. That would be awesome. And I do have a Patreon. Hopefully it's flickering across the screen right now. If you do want to head over there and show some support to me and the channel, I would really appreciate it. So thank you. But for now, thank you so much for watching with me. And I hope to see you on, you know the drill, the next one.